Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Priscilla, and today we are going to review these beautiful colored pencils by Arteza. It is their professional 120 colors. That's right, 120 colors. Now, I have done a lot of reviews for Arteza before, and honestly, this company is legit when it comes to art supplies. And I'm not just saying that. I've reviewed a ton of art supplies and a ton of art supply brands, and you guys have seen a lot of those videos if you've been following me for a long time. Arteza is a really good quality company. Great art supplies. I got their gouache. Gouache was like one of my favorite art supplies that Arteza sent to me. But now we're going to review these beautiful professional colored pencils. Look at all those beautiful pencils just waiting to be used. Let's get to it. Now, I want something that had a lot of color and something that was different from what I usually draw. So I went ahead and I picked a hummingbird. That's what I wanted to explain to you. I also wanted to have a little bit of a story time with you guys. I actually wanted to talk about colored pencils in general, and you know, when I don't want to talk about techniques or anything because I could do that in another video and using the Arteza colored pencils too, but this is a review and I wanted it to be a story time. When I was a beginning artist, I started when I was 13 years old, and the only art supplies that I had or even like to use in general was colored pencils. That's all I had. That is all I ever had. And it might be all that you guys have too. Now, when I started to consider becoming an artist, I started off, I don't know, a lot of you probably heard this word before. I was a manga anime artist, mostly anime, because I was really into the stories by the shoujo beat. And then I progressively went into the Disney style. Now, all I had was my simple sketchbooks. I think my first sketchbook was from Target, and it was just a simple paper-bound sketchbook. I had my mechanical pencils, my ultra-fine Sharpie tipped markers to line, and then my colored pencils. I made all my little comic books in middle school with only using colored pencils. And when I progressively went into Disney style, when I started my Instagram account, all I used was colored pencils. I've been sticking to colored pencils for years, so if anybody were to get serious into a medium, it'd be colored pencils. And I had very simple Crayola colored pencils. I didn't get into Prismacolor pencils and experimenting with them more until I was, when I first started my Instagram account. But I had Crayola pencils, and now I have these colored pencils, and these pencils are really nice. I like them. Now, with this hummingbird, you can see I'm trying to blend. White is always my number one blender, but when I'm blending, I try to take other colors that'll complement it, and it will, just that instead of using a plain black, I used a gray to blend into the purple. And that's what I was really going for. Now, this really simple technique you're going to see me use on these flowers are where that is the original style I started off with when I started using colored pencils, where you line everything with a colored pencil and then you shade it and you leave the light spots. That's the style I started off with. And I actually do try to show you that in the next clip, because I wanted to actually try these amazing pencils on a different kind of paper, because Arteza sent me this paper, which is their own drawing notebooks, and I wasn't really having the best time blending with their colored pencils on their paper. So I went ahead and I grabbed some Strathmore Bristol board paper to see if I could blend with the Arteza colored pencils on there a little bit better. Now, what you're going to see is, here's the Bristol board like I was telling you, but this style is what I started off with when I started to my Instagram account, my Disney drawings. If you go all the way, you scroll all the way through my Instagram, you'll see these really simplistic shading colored pencil drawings. because that's all I had. And that's all I really wanted to work with. I wasn't using any art supplies. Any other art supplies, that is. I mean, I didn't get into watercolor way later on, and I definitely didn't get into gouache way later on. But that's the thing. People are always so concerned that they don't have these awesome art supplies to make beautiful art. I didn't have high quality art supplies. All I had were my basic 24 colored Crayola box of pencils, and I just carried them around with me in a little art bin case. I actually found that I could blend and go in more smoothly and have a better product using Arteza's pencils when I use the smooth Bristol board from Strathmore as opposed to the Arteza paper that they sent me. And you can kind of see the difference with the hummingbird in this drawing. I'll have to post a picture of them side by side, and you'll see them side by side at the end of this video. But this is the technique that I used. I went in and I sketched out my drawing, and then I lined with darker colors that I knew that those colors were going to be. So for example, this is a still from Howl's Moving Castle from Studio Ghibli, and with Sophie's hair, it was gray, but I lined it with a darker blue. And then I lined her dress with a darker blue, and then I went ahead and shaded with that really pretty sky blue that her dress ends up being. And that was the style I used back when I started becoming more of a Disney Instagram artist and switching over to the Disney style in general. But yes, that is the style. I really liked these colored pencils, and you can't see. And you can see for the life of me, I'm still struggling to draw manga. It's amazing that I started off with manga, and now I transformed myself into the Disney art style. And now I can't even draw manga to save my life. If you guys are considering jumping up your steps in colored pencils, I would seriously look at Arteza's beautiful professional colored pencils. They're beautiful. Look how vibrant those colors are. And I'll leave in the links down below the website to Arteza and a link straight to the colored pencils. And I've got tons of videos reviewing Arteza's beautiful art supplies, and I hope you'll check those out. I hope you guys have a most wonderful day, and I will see you all later. Bye!